As part of efforts to reshape the political landscape in Nigeria and Africa, as well as giving future leaders superior supportive environment to acquire the knowledge of governance, the School of Politics, Policy and Governance has hosted the second edition of the African Conference. The conference in the Nigerian capital city, Abuja, brought together valued-oriented politicians from Ghana, Kenya, Senegal, Egypt, Tunisia, Zimbabwe, among other African countries, to brainstorm on how to reposition the continent's politics and governance. Speaking at the opening session of the conference with the theme, Good Governance in Africa, Leaders and Citizens Driving Systemic Change, founder, School of Politics, Policy and Governance, Obiageli Ezekwesili, and the keynote speaker, Zanetor Agyeman-Rawlings, said the forum was put in place to change and upgrade the mindset of future leaders in Africa.
When you govern, whether at the local level, at the state level, or at the national level, in your countries, you don't govern for the population that you immediately see. You govern for Africa. We want you to immediately have that mindset of the Africa solution. And the Africa solution that will be exponential in impact has to be interconnected.
People who feel that they have something to offer their countries must also consider that grassroots does not mean illiterate. Grassroots does not mean not knowledgeable. That is the foundation of everything. And if you feel that you are too big to be at the grassroots level, that is what you will see in the end, where other people who you feel are not as enlightened as you will decide who you subsequently have to choose as your leaders, because you have decided not to take part at the level of the primary choice of who your leaders will be.
The Chief Executive Officer, School of Politics, Policy and Governance, Aleru Aida Otobo, said the barrier of development is absence of good governance. As such, there was need to develop entire new political architecture that will bring in productive leaders.
The weight of this mandate is enormous, and it's on every single one of you. Because you came and you're hearing this, you're now going to be held accountable to deliver the future.
They also spoke on other sundry issues that will lead to the positive transformation of the African continent.
Academic research findings show clearly that Africa's development challenge is primarily because of the absence of good governance. And if research gives you evidence of what your malady is, or the cause of your malady is, what you must do as a sensible group of people is to address your malady. So since poor governance is our malady as a people, as a continent, the research that I did then gave me an insight into how to address the malady. And a critical part of it is to begin the development of an entirely new political mindset and culture.
The situation we find across the continent is not simple. So it's not about simple recommendations. It's really about understanding each country's specific needs, understand the context of each country, and then based on that, have people who understand what is the vision of the country, the vision of the continent moving forward, and coming up with solutions that apply correctly to each context.
Many times, those that are values-driven, those that are disruptive in their thinking, they feel alone and they feel like there's nobody around them. So what you want to do is to build a platform that they can stand on, then connect them.
The 2024 African Conference is a prelude to the graduation ceremony of the School of Politics, Policy and Governance. Fred Idehai, CNN News.